Hi, my name is Michael, and I work with Positively Connected, which is a project of Victoria AIDS Resource and Community Service Society, or VARCS, in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. Positively Connected provides social connection and support for gay and bisexual men living with HIV who are maybe isolated or not connected to services in the community, who may want one-to-one support. We've been doing this project now for about 6 months on a very shoestring budget, and we have very, very limited funding. Project's due to run out in July. But what we've managed to do in the past 6 months is collect a very small group of men. We're hoping to, of course, build on that. But we've also provided hospital visits. We've provided visits in the community with men who are isolated and just want some kind of connection. Positively Connected started with the idea that that there were men who are out there who aren't connected to other services or to other gay men living with HIV. I was around in the 80s. I've been infected myself since most likely 1984. And in the early 80s, mid-80s and early 90s, most of the people that we saw getting sick with HIV and AIDS were gay men. In those days there were very few treatments, and people were getting sick and dying really quickly. Now, of course, the medications are better and people are living longer. So what we've seen is that there are a number of men in their 50s and 60s and sometimes even in their 70s who are living with HIV but are only partially connected with other people. In the early days, I remember that gay men were much more involved with community groups, with social connections, and there was almost a community for gay men living with HIV. More recently, things have shifted, and other populations, women, people who use intravenous drugs, are gaining more services because the need is there. Doesn't mean the need isn't there for HIV positive men. And what the executive director at VARCS found was that a lot of mail was getting returned marked deceased, and she really started to wonder, who were these men? Were they connected? Did they have family support? Did they have social support? So the idea from her was to start this project to see, can we develop some connection for these men? In the earlier days, I even had some requests from people who were simply concerned about friends or family members who may be living with HIV or may be at risk for HIV. So the counseling that we've provided is some basic information on where to find resources, information about safer sex, information about housing and housing referrals. We've provided, again, the hospital visits and community visits, but we also have a couple of different social groups that are purely social, so guys can get together in a comfortable space and talk about whatever's going on for them in their lives. We also have a facilitated support group that we offer in cooperation with the Vancouver Island Persons Living with HIV/AIDS Society. And this is a support group for all men living with HIV. And it's facilitated, so guys have a chance to talk about what's going on in their lives, focus on specific issues, and just really create that connection and community that we used to see many, many years ago, but which has fallen away. So why we're on Indiegogo is we're really hoping to raise some funds to continue this project for at least another 6 months. We're hoping that somewhere down the road we can find more permanent funding through the Health Authority, but right now the Health Authority is not funding this project, and we really are hoping to get some support through the community and you out there. So I hope this has helped tell you a little bit more about Positively Connected, about where we are in serving gay and bisexual men living with HIV, and we really, really hope for your support. Thanks.